Basketball is an
Start it.
All of the lights.
And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. First for the Timberwolves, Rubio and Martin manning the backcourt. And at the pivot, a bruising and physical 6'11", 290-pound center. A battering ram in Pekovic. Then there's Budding, and it's Love in at the power forward. And then for the Miami Heat, Chalmers and D-Wade are the guards. And playing at the 5, the always versatile 6'11" star big man, able to score inside and out, Chris Bosh. And it's LeBron James, and it's Haslam in at the 4-man position.
Well, Miami stormed through the regular season and were viewed as the clear-cut favorites to come out of the East, but it was not as easy as expected. After sweeping Milwaukee, the Bulls gave them a scare, then the Pacers really took them deep, all the way to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Now, here's Rubio after LeBron James's miss. Now, Rubio, just 5 on the clock. And Budinger kicks to Love. No good off the back of the rim. And for the Heat, the Pacers were their first real test, it seemed, and they had to survive a win or go home against them. It almost seemed hard to take away any momentum they might have had when they went up against the Spurs in the finals.
You know, it's interesting. When I think of momentum in the playoffs, it doesn't carry over from game to game or series to series. I think each game, Kevin, is really an entity in and of itself. That said, Miami found a way, despite being pushed by the Pacers and being pushed by the Spurs, both to Game 7. It came down to LeBron James's brilliance, but also the hot shooting of a complimentary role-playing winner, Shane Battier.
Now Wade, after the missed 3 from Budinger. Bosh passes to Haslam. Great tee that time from Love. The Timberwolves have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Here's Pekovic. Chris Bosh with the rebound.
Trying to get off the schneid here, 0 for 5. What's a schneid, by the way, Colt? Beautiful work in the transition game.
That's how to do it. Attack early before the defense can get itself set.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by.
One thing with Wade that doesn't seem to be going away is his quickness off the dribble. He still has that devastating crossover. He may not be able to do it every night, but there are nights when he just looks like he's right in his prime.
And Budinger gets it to go. The Heat have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. All right, now we're going to go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Doris?
He said they've really got their work cut out for them dealing with a player like Kevin Love, saying he's a 25 points per game scorer and can just dominate the glass. Defensively, you just can never leave him open. No open shots, get a body on him the second a shot goes up. He knows it's easier said than done, but guys, that's the game plan.
And thank you for that, Doris. And it's Martin missing. And Wade has a number of elusive moves, Clark, getting into the lane. He hit the spin, the Euro step, which I love, by the way.
Yeah.
And the windmill crossover.
He's got it all. I mean, he's figured out how to get to that bucket, and I think the crossover is probably his custom move. Just as he changes directions, he swings the ball quickly over his head to the other side, avoiding the rip, and he makes it look so natural you might think nothing of it, but youngsters around the league go to school on that one. That's a heck of a move.
Wade seems to be slowing down just a touch, and the difficulty as you get older when you're not a great jump shooter, which Wade is not, is that the defenses will back off you, and that's the big challenge now for Dwayne Wade, adjusting to that newer style of defense that he's going to be looking at.
Now, here's Rubio. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one, and he uses the glass on the layup.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
And it's Wade penetrating. Leads him in there. The dive for the ball. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. And, Steve, you go back to the strong output for Dwayne Wade last season for the 4th time. In his career, he averaged over 20 points and 5 rebounds and 5 assists a game. Clark, one of only 4 players in the league last season to hit that mark.
And, Kevin, he led all shooting guards and player efficiency rating for the 5th consecutive season. Some might argue, but the numbers speak truth. He's the best shooting guard in the game.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
Boy, they couldn't hook up there on what's really a pretty basic pass.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Knocks it loose. And here is Shved. Williams for 3. LeBron grabs the miss.
Well, a major goal for the Timberwolves this offseason was to get shooters. They had a big problem threatening teams from outside last season. Dead last in three-point percentage at just over 30%.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
I think he was surprised to see the pass coming his way, and he reacted a little late.
Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. For 3, Shved. Another miss by Minnesota. And for the Timberwolves, no Kevin Love for the majority of last season. That really hurt their three-point percentage. They just didn't have that many options they could use to spread the floor for.
Yeah, the value of floor spacing and outside shooting is so important. Rick Adelman's teams have always been really good execution-wise in terms of passing and moving and cutting. But if you can't shoot, it's tough to find those cutting lanes.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. The Heat getting the bucket.
Really good performance so far on the boards for this club.
Boy, I like the way they've done a great job carving out space under the basket when the shots have gone up.
James. 41 seconds left to play here in the first. Barea dishes to Brewer. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Brewer's got himself on the board with 3 there. LeBron drives in, passes it to Allen. Feeds it to Chalmers. Fires the 3. The shot is off. So Minnesota will take it the other way. And Shved kicks to Brewer. Here's Barea, and Wade sends it back. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Williams inside the line. The shot goes down, and it gets this game back to even.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
It's LeBron with the drive. Wade passes to Chalmers. Here's Battier. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. It's all tied. And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. If you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, Steve and Clark, what are your thoughts?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lane.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Gentlemen, Muhammad was once regarded as a contender for the top pick in this year's draft, but his stock fell after a year at UCLA. Some said he was too one-dimensional as a scorer. Then it was revealed that he'd lied about his age, pretending to be 1 year younger than he actually was. Now with a chip on his shoulder, out to prove that the height was warranted. Muhammad said, quote, "I've always had a killer instinct, and that's what separated me. I'm trying to show no mercy." Kevin?
Extremely poised and confident. Thanks, Doris.
And Alexei Shved out of Russia. Last season, a free agent signee by the Timberwolves, and not really a bad find either. His shot's still coming along, but he's shown potential as a big playmaking wing. I'll tell you what, you can shake your confidence missing wide open shots like that.
Allen dishes to Bosch. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Anderson kicks to Bosch. Battier outside. And the Heat, another 3. And the Timberwolves with Ricky Rubio and Shved, they've got 6'5", 6'6" guards with playmaking capability.
They are both very mobile, and that gives this team some versatility defensively.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Pass to Bosch. The dish to Allen. Takes a three. A rebound by the Timberwolves. From 17 feet out. Passes it to Brewer. He dishes it to Shved. Outside Williams. Gets a very good look and converts.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
Guys, we know it was a struggle last season for the Timberwolves, but against the Eastern Conference, they were pretty competitive. Nearly had a 500 record against teams from the East.
Here is Barea after the made shot from Cole. Back to Pekovic. He kicks it to Brewer. Pass to Barea. 6 to shoot. Here's Shved, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Shved's got his first points in this one. On back of the Timberwolves, that's a marked improvement over how they've done, Steve, over the past few seasons.
Yeah, the last few years, that's easily the best winning percentage the Wolves have had against the Eastern Conference. And they won't want to take much from last season to this one, but maybe that's something at least they can carry over and try to build on.
Kevin Love's checked in for Minnesota. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. It's Allen with the drive. Battier kicks to Cole. The three. That's good. Cole's got 8 points in the quarter.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been 3-pointers.
And it's not just great offense, Clark. The defense is really lacking. Not enough energy on their closeouts.
Now here's Bosch. Hit his leg. And the ref's whistling a kick ball. LeBron's checked in for Miami. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. He feeds it to Bosch. Back to LeBron. Allen outside. There's the three. Minnesota with the rebound. Pekovic has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And it's Martin missing.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
From deep 3-point range. Offensive rebound. Here's Bosch. Banked in off the glass. And the Heat lead by 5.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
He's done a nice job, a great job actually, of finding efficient shots here in the second. Shooting percentage always a function of the kinds of shots you get. And he's on a good roll after struggling a bit in the first.
How many times have we seen him do that? Just batter a defense with his ability to explode to the basket.
Here's Rubio. Back to Martin. The feed to Buttinger. Lots of room. The shot misses. And the Heat going the other way now.
Well, really the heart and soul of this Miami team in a lot of ways, Udonis Haslem, born and raised in Miami. He's played his entire decade-long career with the Heat, and just a tough, hard-working guy and a locker room leader.
Broke out the finger roll, guys. That was kind of a stylish finish.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, head coach Eric Spoelstra of the Miami Heat finally getting the respect he deserves now with their multiple championships. But his players, not afraid to rib him a little. Dwayne Wade said Spoelstra's favorite word, focus. He said, here's what it sounds like to play for my coach. Come on, guys, we have to focus. Next game. Come on, guys, it's about focus. Game 82. Guys, it's about focus. Kevin, it's all about that consistent message, right?
A steady hand, Doris. The players seem to really appreciate it. And Rubio kicks to Love. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Love's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And back to Haslam. He helped lift the Florida Gators program back to prominence, took them all the way to the NCAA championship game, playing at center of our position.
It was really heavy back then at Florida. He had to lose a lot of weight before he was ready to play in the NBA. Went to Europe to play first. He's been the heart and soul of the Heat organization ever since.
Here's Rubio. Following the basket by LeBron James. The pass to Martin. LeBron grabs the miss. LeBron's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle. Can't pass up that kind of look.
And that one is stuffed right through.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
But, you know, they've got a nice lead. Don't take any chances. The simple one-hander is just fine.
Shot no good. And the first half ends in a close one.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Here we go now, the start of the 3rd quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
you know, he spoils us with his performance. Puts his game in and game out, and so far, just another big scoring night for him.
Typically, when he puts up that many points in the first half, he's going to follow it up with a better second half. We'll see if that happens here.
Rubio gets a screen from Love. And it's Rubio penetrating. Martin for 3. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist.
You know, Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication has really become an outstanding coach.
And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra as a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart. Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat movement, analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department would bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Timberwolves trail by 10. Dishes it to Budinger. Love outside. Another miss by Love.
While not as dominant on defense as they were a year before, the Heat still were tough at that end of the court. The thing is, you could see them turn it on and turn it off when they needed to defensively, so they always managed to get the key stop when they needed it.
So it's Miami now. After the miss three from Budinger, Cole the pass to Haslam. This one for 3. And it's LeBron missing.
Now still a great start to the half after hitting their first 3, even before that miss.
And Rubio kicks to Budinger. Bangs home the trifecta. Budinger's got 9. And when you're coming off a title like the Heat are, there is a natural tendency to cruise. But Clark, you said this, and Steve, I'm sure you want to comment on it. They could turn it up in a hurry.
Well, there's just so much athleticism on this team that if they want to press you in the half court, they usually can force turnovers. And if not, they can also sit back and play a more straight-up defensive style and be very effective that way as well.
And here's Martin after the three-pointer from Budinger. And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Chris Anderson is checked in for Bosch. And Shane Battier subbed in for Udonis Haslem. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Kicks it to Budinger. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
And Cole kicks to Wade. Feeds to Cole. Good ball movement here by Miami. And again, LeBron missing.
You know, every great player needs someone to push them to be better. LeBron said last year that that's what Kevin Durant does with him. And I think he works as hard as he does, knowing that Durant is coming to try to take his spot as the best player in the league.
The Timberwolves shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Well, and they were 74% free throw shooting as a team last year, so those numbers could come up.
And, you know, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just one or two guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Alexi Shved comes in for Kevin Martin. And Barea subbed in for Ricky Rubio. And going back to LeBron for the time being, he's solidified Clark is standing. I think everyone would agree is the best player in the NBA.
Well, how about 4 league MVP trophies to his credit? One of only 5 players in league history to win that many. One of only a few players to be both MVP of the league and MVP of the finals in the same year. So, enough said.
And that is good. The Heat leading by 5. LeBron James on the wing. Back to Wade, expanding his range. Can't get it to go. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Barea with it. Now defended by Cole. And Shved kicks to Brewer. Barea outside Williams. Just 4 to shoot. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. LeBron's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Tell you what, LeBron can absolutely soar in for the finish. I remember last year, the alley-oop in the conference finals against Indiana just almost put his head on the rim.
Air freight is a nickname we could dub LeBron James. I mean, he's an unstoppable force and an immovable object. Defensively, the strength, length, mobility. He can wall you up and lock you down and put you away. Well, Minnesota won 31 games last season, but only 11 of those came on the road. For a team that was battered and bruised heading out on a lengthy road trip is often a recipe for a losing streak, and that was the case for them last year. The injuries just really bogged them down.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Open shot, Love, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Oh, boy, he is just cold as ice. I don't think he's going to be the one to help them cut into the lead.
Well, picking up again on the Timberwolves. Road travel can be especially tough on them, just given the geography where their home city is in relation, Steve, to the rest of the NBA.
Well, particularly in relation to the rest of the West, because, you know, there the Timberwolves are up north and kind of in the middle of the country. So they have a lot of long trips, but look, there are no excuses in the NBA. I mean, everybody's got their own adversity they've got to deal with.
Only 3 teams in the entire Eastern Conference had a better than 500 record against the West, and no surprise the Heat were one of those 3, and they were dominant against Western Conference opponents all year long.
Mark, adding on to what you were saying about the Heat versus the West, they ended up 25-5, which is incredible, Steve, given how many tough teams that are in the Western Conference.
That's amazing, Kevin. They had a better record against the West than they did against the East in terms of their winning percentage. So I think that speaks to just how motivated Miami was when they went out on the road to the West in particular to really show everybody how good they were.
And the basket by Chalmers.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball, really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get them. I mean, they're hitting their shots. You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you. But their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Timberwolves trail by 10.
Probably should hold for one shot here. Clock is on their side.
Yeah, no-brainer. They can hold it for the last shot.
Barea kicks to Love. He passes to Barea. Now the dish to Shved. Brewer hands it from downtown. Brewer's got 10 points. 6 seconds left to play here in the third. Inside to Bosh with 1 on the clock. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got 3 assists now in this one. And that The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Now Rubio. Love with the screen on Chalmers. And here's Shved from the arc. They get it back. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, the Wolves were just decimated by injuries last year, and it really put a snag in their season from the start, with Rubio still recovering from his ACL tear and Kevin Love missing a lot of time with his hand fractures. They were missing 2 major building blocks.
And with the Wolves last year, Ricky Rubio came back and helped them turn things around a bit, but Kevin Love would end up playing very few games for him, Steve, and they never really got the chance that they once seemed to have.
Love's injury, I think, just devastated this team. And Rubio, of course, coming off that ACL, he eventually made it back. But those are the key guys. I mean, Rubio and Love have to be the foundation of this club. They added a lot of three-point shooting in the offseason. So this should be a pretty well-rounded team, but it's up to the stars, Kevin.
Chalmers. A second chance effort. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know it's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Pekovic is checked in.
You know, people look at Mario Chalmers and say he might not be your typical point guard. He's not a big-time penetrator or playmaker, but he's a good fit for the Heat with his active defense and spot-up shooting from long range. I think it's a hand-in-glove fit, actually.
Boy, they have been terrific from beyond the arc here in the second half. You look at the percentages, good numbers.
Just what the pharmacist prescribed. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they keep it up.
Wade outside. Wade right side. Allen outside. From outside off the mark. And Chalmers, a 3-time All-American, NCAA champion his junior season at Kansas, received the Most Outstanding Player Award for that 2008 tournament.
Hit what was probably the biggest shot in Kansas history, the three-pointer that sent that game against Memphis into overtime that allowed the Jayhawks to go on and win that national championship.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Love dishes to Rubio. That is good.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot, saying all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shots. Let's get the ball inside for some high-percentage looks.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Well, when you have the best record in the league, you're going to be the most dominant, one of the most dominant teams at home. The Heat just destroyed people down in Miami, and only the Denver Nuggets had more wins at home than the Heat did.
Dwayne Wade's checked in for Ray Allen. Stolen by Bosh. And here they come. LeBron. Pass to Wade. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And now a 10-point Heat lead.
And Kevin, he's got such a great focus as a shooter. He's a very frustrating player to guard because unless you actually block his shot, you are not going to get in his head and affect him.
And he's also a throwdown. Man, that was unreal. Hark it up.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, Mark?
Well, you know what the questions are about now. It's their defense, that's for sure.
The shot by Rubio, and that one hits back iron.
And that's pretty much how this game has gone. They've controlled the boards and look to come away with the win right here.
LeBron, no luck. Timberwolves trailed by 12. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
It's tipped. Stolen by Buddington. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And Clark, as you were saying before, they're controlling the inside presence, just overwhelming here today.
And I really thought that was the deciding factor, Kevin. I mean, they were just too strong inside.
Now, here's Chalmers. Wade kicks to LeBron. And the layup falls. LeBron's got 16 here in the second half.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Rubio, the pass to Buddington. Puts the lead pass in front of him. That's good. That's 10 points for Kevin Love.
Well, since we hit half number 2, he's finally come around. The first half was not his best, obviously.
LeBron, no luck. Timberwolves trailed by 8. And there's the call on Udonis Haslem. That's foul number 2 for him.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
Rubio against Chalmers. Rubio dishes to Love.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Passes to LeBron. He dishes it to Wade. He kicks to Bosh. Back to Wade. Pass to Bosh. He feeds it to Haslem. 5 to shoot. Miami needs to get a shot off. It's up a 3. But they'll recover it. LeBron drives in. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Just a little bit more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate the win.
Well, they can already start to celebrate, Steve, and they should let their team hear it. They were good.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Heat.
Well, they're getting into the paint with their penetration, and it's really been key for this club.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
Shoots from 8, and he hits the jump shot. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Wade kicks to Haslem, and stolen by Love. Good on the first, and that brings them within 8. And both free throws good for Martin. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Chalmers with it. Now defended by Buddingham. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Chalmers against Rubio. Now, here's Chalmers. He's guarded closer. Can't get it to go. Good D by Rubio. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Minnesota calls timeout. They trail by 7. There's 25 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Nekovic with it, and Bosh picks him up defensively. LeBron against Love. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
Some changes for Minnesota. And he does get the second one, and that stretches their lead to 8. Guys, a comeback probably not in the cards at this point.
Yeah, unless something dramatic and drastic occurs.
Yeah, something crazy would have to happen. I think you can pretty much put a bow on this one.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6. The feed now to Buddingham. Lets it go with the 3. It's money from deep.
And another 3-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, no question the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
And it just feels like those are the free throws that probably put this game out of reach.
And so it's Miami winning this.